Good evening, I'm Bo Williams and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories happening right now. Topping the list for us, it's been nearly a year since flooding from Hurricane Helene swept through parts of East Tennessee. In the days leading up to landfall, the Tennessee Valley Authority's River Forecast Center here in Knoxville was closely monitoring the storm. Now, Helene brought catastrophic flooding to a number of communities, areas TVA could not fully protect. Now, the Tennessee River watershed received 2 months worth of rainfall in just 3 days' time. In preparation, TVA lowered water levels in the reservoirs to make room for the storm. Its flood mitigation efforts helped prevent an estimated $406 million in potential damage across East Tennessee. Now, Daryl Gwynn, senior manager at TVA's River Forecast Center, shares the key lesson learned from the storm is the importance of communication.
Storm events, a lot of downed trees, a lot of power lines down. Cell phone communication was very difficult in some of those areas, so we had to rely on emergency responders to help us with that, and we had to find workarounds to do that. So since then, we have set up, various methods of communicating with the plants.
Gwynn stated that the center is always exploring improvements in technology and forecasting processes. He also noted that the Nolichucky Dam received minor repair work. Repairs downstream of the dam remains ongoing, and for safety reasons, the powerhouse of the dam was demolished. Meanwhile, tonight, Governor Lee is taking time to reflect on the past year in Helene's wake. Take a listen.
People of East Tennessee should actually see this as a proud moment. That's as well. I'm really proud of Tennessee. We still have a lot of work to do there. There's still a lot of challenges, but really proud of the way the people have come together.
Governor went on to praise how everyone has worked together. He also singled out TDOT for its work rebuilding highways and bridges. Moving down the list for you now, a Central High School parent detained and charged following what is being described as a chair-throwing incident. Knoxville police say the parent was in an administrative office this afternoon over a fight involving students when we're told the parent became angry. KPD says she threw a chair that hit a teacher and then punched a second school staff member. Both the teacher and the staff member suffered minor injuries. The parent has been charged with assault. Up next for you tonight, a woman has now been taken into custody on a reckless homicide charge 3 months after a deadly hit and run involving a motorcyclist. There were 2 crashes here. Now, we told you when they happened at the intersection of Red Fern Drive and Congress Parkway. This was back in June. First crash involved a car and a motorcycle being driven by 57-year-old Philip Oswald. Well, investigators say Oswald was already lying in the road when Eileen Stapler hit him and then fled the scene. We should note the driver involved in the initial crash stayed put. Now, police saying the surveillance image captured their suspect. Stapler and her car were tracked down about a month later, but a grand jury did not return indictments until this week. Stapler, by the way, is due in court on October 6th. Continuing with the big 7 for you, one person arrested after a stabbing outside the McNabb Center in Sevierville. Officers say they found a victim in the parking lot just after 10 this morning. The victim was taken to LeConte Medical Center with injuries that appear to be non-life-threatening. Now, police say the suspect, 52-year-old Donna Webb, left before officers arrived but has since been arrested in Cock County. Detectives have filed a warrant for aggravated assault. Up next, a 6 News follow-up for you. Tonight, we are hearing from the Emerald Youth Foundation as community leaders continue to weigh their options for the future of Chilhowee Park. Now, the Emerald Youth Foundation's proposal is to turn the Tennessee Valley Fair's midway space into athletic fields, courts, walking trails. However, not everyone in the community supports the idea, with some voicing opposition to selling park land. Well, 2 weeks ago, City Council again voted to delay the vote on the future of Chilhowee Park, this time by 4 weeks. Now, this gives local leaders and members of the community more time to learn about the proposal and to give their feedback. And for the Emerald Youth Foundation, well, it's a waiting game.
We've been at this process for over 3 years now and have been so pleased with the support of parents and children who have been part of Emerald over the years and who have continued to have their children engaged in our programs. And we just want to continue to do that. We will continue to do that. And we've been in East Knoxville since 1996 in particular and are remaining focused on that. And if there's this opportunity to expand and serve even more young people and families, then we look forward to that.
Conversation about the future of Chilhowee Park will continue Sunday morning at 9:30 on Tennessee This Week. Next on the 7 for you tonight, we have an update to the major crash on I-40 just before midnight last night that shut down part of the interstate for several hours. You can see the video here. Take a closer look for a moment of the scene of that crash last night. This was on the westbound lanes near the weigh scales. Rural Metro tells us when they arrived on scene, a tractor trailer and a car were engulfed in flames. Now, officials state there was not a driver for the car as it had fallen from a truck while in transit. Now, the fire was put out, but the cleanup was not complete until just before 6 a.m. Rural Metro also said no injuries were reported in the incident. This is still, though, an ongoing investigation. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on air and online as more information becomes available. And for our final Big 7 story tonight, a local nonprofit helping children after school in a new way. HOLA Lakeway out of Morristown provides an after-school program each year called HOLA for Kids. But this year, they're putting their classroom on wheels. The organization now going out to communities teaching children skills in STEM, reading, mental health, and the arts in its HOLA for Kids bus. Now, 3 nights a week, it is also offering traditional after-school activities aimed to help with homework and building the skills to be successful in the classroom. Executive Director Betsy Hurst says since they started the program, it has grown immensely, from a small group of children who were there while their parents took English classes to now over 100 students a year.
I think I do one for Hamilton County or for the Lakeway area is the beauty of belong, right? So if I belong to my community, I want the best for my community. And I think programs like this helps to improve our community.
Now, by using their new bus, Hurst tells us this helps them better serve the larger Lakeway area and provide resources to communities who may not receive them otherwise. Now, the after-school program is also a little later in the afternoon from 5:30 to 8:30 and is aimed to help parents who are working either a second shift or who are there to learn themselves in the English classes.